you fellas. Anybody up? Want some weather shit? You got
The weather this time of year in the South,
right now,
perfect
for
full
you?
football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On the counter, Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Miller now on third down.
Look at that shit. It's well, man.
Intercepted.
It's well.
Top by Marcus Williams.
Well.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On the ground, this is Kamara. They juked him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Now a toss, Kamara left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the
Oh,
backfield.
he's still up. Let's
And
go.
he's going to get this down
That's my
near the
nigga. Let's
30-yard
go.
line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And
Let's
inside
go.
the 20 before he's brought down.
Oh, my
How
nigga.
best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Fayasano American. And the Falcons are going to get the football back at their own 17. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Rolling to his left. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Miller steps away to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Hey, Phil. Sorry, bro. We got to get this. Don't watch it off for you.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back near his goal line, here's Brady. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Miller. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Brady to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Foyesade American. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And they'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. These 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, look at the juke.
Sorry,
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got. Now Miller from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out
Score
of
on
there.
this drive.
Here comes Grant on the return.
Go.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Again, this is Kamara. And he's going to be back at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Brady.
No, man, you just catch him slipping. You just see him mark up. You know,
Michael Thomas.
His
5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Let's go, man. Told y'all. Scoring on that drive.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter.
Let's get it.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
Oh, be off.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25.
Let's go. Don't do this, man. Run up to me.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Here's Miller to throw on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Escaping the pressure line. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the gun, Miller. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Let's go.
Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Saturday night light game, man. Let's go, man. I told you, man. We're supposed to be 21-7. I've been down there twice, through some picks in the red zone.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here. Maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And this will wind up as Saints first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Running with Kamara. Shedding the tackle. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Brady. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And Brady will sneak it and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Here's 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Throwing now is Brady. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Slow, y'all. I'm in good school. It's a wrap. People stuck on that 7 for up.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Oh, and we
both
get the
teams
ball,
likely
too.
to make some
So-
changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this
I'm gonna
point.
stop us out there with
Set
him,
and
man.
ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
You know, let the boy go to work and save him.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half.
Coach
So
with my
we
touches.
don't have to go out and win
They
one for
give
the
him
giver.
touches.
Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
So, we gotta rush, like they said. Let's take our time. We'll get this
They'll
money.
come up now on 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. To throw, it's Brady. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They're going to give this one to Gronkowski. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Meanwhile, Brady's complete to Mooney. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
Don't know what to do.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Brady.
Oh, I tried to throw it right.
He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Brady going to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense. His pass came down, was able to knock that one away on 3rd down. Bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away.
Give me that. Give me that.
And this is up
Go,
and good
man.
from Pinheiro.
Still got 3.
And they
Like I
take
said, I
the
ain't getting
lead
no
here
picks
now
up.
at 10-7. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Operating from the gun, Miller. Oh, and this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Returnable for Grant. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
Can't throw no picks.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On second down, Kamara.
Hold that block.
5 out of this, up to the 41-yard
Hold that
line.
block.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. Brady. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
It's a little funny, man.
Punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Falcons will get it first and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
Miller looking to throw on second down. Dancing to his left. And that falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah,
A nice job of bodying him up defensively.
No, but the
and now
pressure
it brings up third down.
Runs to the sides.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Miller. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league,
division game,
sitting in
sit
on
right on
quarterback
the
meetings, trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot. As he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Miller. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off-play action. Miller. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, Miller. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Yes.
That one whistling against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And now Miller hit. And he fumbles. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into it.
Man. Legendary. I told you. Watch it, man. Make sure we will follow, man. Leave a like, leave a comment. I see some people watching, man. Leave a comment, something, man.
And it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Dilemma, if you watch and see what happens when ain't no lag.
The extra
Bucky
point
in
up
that
and
ass,
good.
Pollard,
And
you know
that'll
what
make
I'm
this a
saying? But
three-score
what it
game
is.
now. The lead moves to
Come
17.
on, man.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And
Go.
he'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Go, man. What you gonna do, man? You know what to do. Set him on up again. You got to scramble, you gonna run, throw short. I won't take no
About
chances.
set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah,
And
I'm
a
trying to turn around
dangerous
and get
throw
that.
there as that's knocked down
Damn,
and
man.
incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can.
Put
They're
the
still
pressure on
working
their
at it,
ass.
even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Miller.
They gotta put you fumble again, man. You ain't gonna make
This
it.
is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football
They
as
gotta
well.
punt again. Wow, nigga.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw, Miller. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
Yeah, man,
And
come
they're
on,
going to get
man.
him down well short of the
man.
first as he can only get this to the 30. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Pissed.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing
Let's
in the
get it
4th
back,
quarter.
though.
They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Let's just get it back.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. David Onyemata breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Operating from the gun, Miller.
Man, I had a nigga that already setting up. Here come
4
this
2
nigga
loose with the
play,
football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the
Oh,
body
right.
language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the
Let's
ringer
go,
in
man.
this
Y'all
one.
see this shit,
The
man.
Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 17. Out to his left.
Well,
That's
that
into the
shit
hands
slide.
of
Come
Pitts,
on,
the
man.
tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Miller now on 1st and 10. Right back to Pitts again. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Gets past one man. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
Right, see, I switched my
2
play
minutes
up
left
on
to
the
play
right,
in this
now I
football
switch
game
back.
here on EA Sports.
thought he was doing something.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Oh,
now here's a throw that's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Miller steps away. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Late night game, man. Trouble staying up, still kicking this nigga's ass. Let's go, man. Let's go. First half, he had me like down, threw a couple picks. Supposed to be way worse than this. Probably try to run it in. Come on.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott.
Oh, don't fall for that, yeah. You ain't giving up none of that, man. Stop playing me.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Look your ass down, man. You're getting mad. Y'all see this, man. Make sure y'all leave a follow. Leave a like. That's it, man.
He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and
to
goal.
100 followers, y'all,
And
so
the
we get
Saints
paid
will
out
have
here,
the
man.
football
So
back.
need some support, man. Comment something. Divisional rivalry game, man. We had to get this done.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
At least I got to watch something early Sunday morning, Saturday night, like, you know.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They didn't give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout
for
like, quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
Think about it.
So for the Saints, the win gets them back to 506-6 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.
Oh, man. I threw some picks early. In the red zone, too. Look at that. They didn't hit neither one. Still came out victorious, man. So you do it. Ooh, 2 for 10 down there. So I was over 2. Told you I threw some picks down there. Red zone. But, you know. So he had 17 out of 10. Defense wins games almost. So tune in next time, man. Hopefully we make the playoffs. Get y'all something. I know we won in our division, though. So, it's your boy Non-Stop, man. We out.